Try not to lose before 70 this time. So it's a clown. No clear indication of what the sets could be. Probably most concerned about Starmie 2, since it would see the Hydro Pump kill into Heatran. Okay, it could be quite a bad match actually. I would have to Icy Wind Starmie 2 immediately. I don't think Ludicolo's ever did double target. But if it is, Latios should beat... I think Latios would not beat Espeon 4, for example. Might need a little bit of help from the ball, actually. There were no good safe options there. I'm actually quite pleased about getting poison. That's better than most of what was on the board. There was no way I was going to risk an item again. See, no idea what these are. It could be Slowking 2. I think, especially with Ludicolo Poison, there is a lot of pressure to try and just Icy Wind immediately. I suppose there's no risk of Trick Room, since Starmie is always faster than Ludicolo. Slowking 2 is not going to Earthquake. Probably does just Aqua Tail. And Slowking 3 is, I suppose, it could target the Ludicolo, but it doesn't do too much damage. I'm not too worried about that. Slowking 4 I'm not worried about either. It's not going to use Surf. The Starmie... Starmie 1 using Confuse Ray on Ludicolo would be pretty bad if I did self-hit. Starmie 3 I don't really care about. I don't think I care about Starmie 4 too much either. It's Starmie 2 specifically, like I said, that's going to cause an issue. And I have to protect on it. Starmie dodging Icy Wind would be really bad. Okay, Signal Beam is not good. I should be able to protect and explode though. I really hope Slowbro doesn't go after Ludicolo. Okay, it's Slowking 2. At +1, it's probably surviving every time. Starmie's always going to be going for Ludicolo here. And I think Slowking is always going to be going for Ludicolo too, with Zen Headbutt. Do I achieve that much by using Earth Power now? I'd have to get a double protect. If I explode, that's the end of Starmie. Espeon comes in. I suppose I need to think about the Espeon sets. Espeon 4 is pretty bad. It would be targeting Ludicolo the following turn. Although Latios should beat a very damaged Slowking alongside an Espeon. If that Espeon is going to waste time trying to target Ludicolo. Espeon 3 is the same story as Espeon 4. Espeon 2 would be much better for Latios, assuming it is male. Espeon 1 wouldn't be too bad because it would be targeting Ludicolo, it wouldn't be using Calm Mind. So I feel like I do just explode. The alternative is that I could switch out to Latios. I would take a lot from Signal Beam and +1 Z Headbutt. I think too much. Latios being poison matters there. So I could switch out a Heatran for Latios and protect on Ludicolo. Latios could then get Starmie the following turn. It would then be Heatran and Latios against Slowking and Espeon. And I'd be able to explode on the Espeon. And then Latios wins the final 1v1. I feel like that might be the safest play. The only thing that might be shaky about that is whether or not Latios can KO Starmie with Thunderbolt. Let me check the HP bars on that. Yeah, it just says low 90s, which is what I would have guessed anyway. I'm quite nervous about Latios facing off against a Shadow Ball Espeon. Espeon 3 and Espeon 4. Especially while I'm taking poison damage, even if Ludicolo is still there. It's the more I think about it, the more I think I'm meant to switch here. What's the punish? The punish would be Starmie surviving, which would be not that bad really. Because Heatran is fast and Starmie if Ludicolo does faint on the following turn. Slowking would be what hits Latios, and Slowking won't hit Latios that hard. The other punish. I suppose there's I can't think of anything. I suppose there's a chance that Espeon uses Attract or something into Heatran on the turn that I'm trying to explode and protect on Latios. That would be very annoying because then it would mean that Latios couldn't protect the following turn. And I'd have to go for attacks. I'd be going for probably the Flamethrower and Ice Beam KO into Espeon. Heatran would always get that attack off before being hit by Slowking at least. And I don't think Latios would lose to Slowking. So I'm not too worried about any of those options, really. I think I've got to switch. The best case scenario is definitely that Double Protect goes off. Let's do it. I don't see a better line. I don't like using Explosion this turn. Yeah, they both attacked Ludicolo. That was almost guaranteed. So I'm a timid Latios. I'm not guaranteed to pick up this KO. Definitely go for Double Protect because I'm dead to their attacks if it hits. I suppose I could try and Leech Seed Slowking. Doesn't make a very big difference though, because Latios is still going to try and two-shot Slowking with Thunder the following turn probably. This needs to KO. Okay, well, crit would guarantee it. I don't think there'll be any need for HP bars for the rest of the game. I think I go for the Triple Protect. Again, the Espeon's going to kill me before I get a move off anyway. I need to take out Slowking before it hits Heatran. It wasn't too important to find that. So this would probably 2-hit KO after the Icy Wind damage. Well, that's a crit. Yeah. Heatran should almost never lose in this scenario. We saw Espeon Psychic. That doesn't narrow it down. Do I protect on Latios? I feel like I don't. The only downside of this is that if I do freeze, it unfreezes. I should have just gone for Thunderbolt, since I'm already poisoned. But no Shadow Ball into Latios, no Signal Beam either. This is Espeon 1 or Espeon 2. If it's Espeon 1, I'm definitely going to win. Okay, that's a good roll anyway. Should be easier from now on with the roulettes. It's the first roulette which is always the most deadly. Is this a waiter? It's either set 2 or set 4. I guess I should prepare for set 4 if it's a... It might be a breeder, I guess. I'll prepare for set 4. He's a quite deadly set 4. At least Machamp isn't Quick Clawed. I probably would just explode immediately. If I was going to fake one out, it would be the Machamp, not the Lapras. I feel like I just immediately explode because if something survives, it's going to faint to Latios anyway. Yeah, I just take out Lapras and it should be over. So I don't need anything from this board. Okay, it's a very good target here. HP is like actually perfect. Hey, Pash Thighs. Let me see, who are you? It is a waiter. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think it could be fun to try the rain team. So it's a set 2 trainer, which means it is Lapras 2. What sucks about this is I'd really like to switch Heatran out to bring Latios in so I can Psychic, but the problem is that payback is random. This Machamp could potentially pay back into Heatran. I feel like I've got to explode. And I feel like after exploding, I need to Thunderbolt the Lapras and not the Gyarados. I really don't want to use Protect and Explosion, but I think I might have to. Like, I feel like, can't I just fake out the Lapras and Protect on Heatran? Yeah. The, it is Xander, right? It said Xander. Yeah. The Revenge will Oko Heatran. That's why I'm worried. The AI doesn't understand that it's an Oko. It thinks that it won't, but it will if I attack. I don't think I'm in Earthquake range. Well, I might be actually. I might be in Earthquake range. My initial response was that because I've dropped Machamp's HP by 20%, I can just explode on it. If Machamp does faint to explosion, that probably means that Lapras faints too. I would then win. So it's very tempting to explode. But if Machamp survives, then Lapras will survive too. But if they both survive, then I can Icy Wind Machamp and Thunderbolt Lapras, and then I win, right? So there's actually no scenario where... Because what I'm worried about is Lapras and Gyarados being on the field at the same time. Because then Latios has to choose not to target one. I feel like I just Protect Explode. Because there's no way I can't switch here. Oh, it hits Lapras first. I knew I'd forgotten something. I want Machamp to survive this, but it's not... Oh, it does. Okay. I overestimated Heatran, maybe. This is perfect as long as I don't miss Icy Wind against Machamp. Let me see the HP bar on Machamp and Lapras. Yeah, they're gonna faint. So if Icy Wind misses Machamp and Machamp gets a crit payback into Latios, that would suck. But it has to be a Guts Machamp for me to be able to miss anyway. Okay, nice. And then we find about Gyarados. That would have been a really rough match without the HP down. Okay, it's the triathlete, cyclist, whatever they're called. What's the worst Moltres? It probably is Overheat. Not because of Overheat, but because of Air Slash. Staraptor 3 and 4 are almost identical without their items equipped. I would obviously have to fake out the Staraptor, I think. The chance of it being 3 or 4 is too high to ignore. They both Oko the Ludicolo. This is a nice thing about the arcade, is that they don't have their items. It's true. Maybe it's not Toxicroak 2. I think it might... I don't really care about Toxicroak 1 either, though. I mean, Toxicroak should never get a move in. I should always be able to just Psychic it down. The question is, what do I do about Staraptor? I think I'm going to fake out and then protect on Ludicolo. Have Heatran try and finish it off. The best thing I can do is to paralyze them. Okay. Well, hopefully it's Moltres 2. Oh my god. Please be Moltres 2. I was looking at that board and I was like, oh, I don't want to go for the paralysis. And I didn't want to go for the trick room. And I felt like I could dodge the fog, but I couldn't. There was no good group of safe squares. Okay. The question is it actually worth using Fake Out? I feel like the best turn one for Ludicolo might just be to use Protect. And I low-key hope that I genuinely hope it is Moltres 2. Because I think it's guaranteed to use Sunny Day because of the fog. I'm not exploding this match. It's not very likely to be Moltres 2 is the problem. think it's Protect. And Heatran, there's no way I'm blowing up in Fog. Unless it's really desperate. And I'd much rather get rid of Staraptor. The problem is, what do I do on turn 2? I guess if I do hit the Flamethrower into Staraptor, at least if Staraptor hits Brave Bird into Ludicolo, at least in that scenario it would faint to the Recall, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure Fake Out is worth it. Like, let's say it is Staraptor 2 or 4. Does it even help that much to use Protect on turn 1? It gives me more options. I mean, there's a big upside potentially if it is Staraptor 2, because I don't want to give Staraptor 1 or 2 free hits with Aerial Ace. I can't, if it is Staraptor 3 or 4, I might be able to switch to Latios, I suppose. Just got to really hope that I hit. Okay, it is Staraptor 3 or 4. It is Moltres 2. That's very funny. Okay, so Fog is gone. Staraptor's at like 15%. I mean, Staraptor's definitely dead to recoil if it hits its move. I think what I meant to do here is try and Protect again and Flamethrower the Staraptor slot. If I fail Protect, I will hit Moltres with Flamethrower, which is okay. And if I get the if I successfully use Protect, then I take out Staraptor and I should easily win. The Heatran Latios versus Moltres 2 and an unknown Toxicroak is a bit... I think it's fine, right? Because Toxicroak 1 isn't doing anything. Toxicroak 3 isn't either. And Toxicroak 4 isn't. So every single Toxicroak faints to Latios' Psychic. And then Moltres 2 never beats Heatran. So I just use Protect. It would be a little bit easier if Protect worked, but it doesn't have to. I do fail to Protect. Okay, so they're both dead. I should do decent damage to Moltres in Sun. Probably not enough to bring it into Thunderbolt range, but, you know, a bit over 30%. Yeah, this is going to do nothing. There were no Sucker Punch Toxicroak sets, right? That's the only thing that could go wrong here. No Sucker Punch, there's no Fake Out. Latios is guaranteed to hit them all, yeah. I guess in case I'm wrong, I can Flamethrower the Toxicroak. This was a very lucky break. Like, the fact it was Moltres 2. Because I was in a lot of trouble if that Staraptor had hit through Fog. And it wasn't Moltres 2. I would then have to rely on Latios hitting Toxicroak. It's a cameraman. So that's any set, which isn't helpful. What's the worst Slowking? I didn't enjoy facing Slowking 2, but I feel like it is the most threatening. I suppose maybe Slowking 3 is worse. Raichu is probably Raichu 3 most threatening. And Electivire would probably be 4 because of the threat of Ice Punch. Also, Electivire falls at a very awkward speed number. I'll take away the HP bars. So yeah, on one hand it's a hard match, on the other hand I should be able to just protect and explode. Even if it is Slowking 2, I get a single target explosion into it. And then it's Electivire is the last Pokemon, and I can just Leech Seed that. I don't think I need anything from the roulette board again, I'm just looking for a blank tile. Nice. Well, there aren't that many games left, but it's nice if it's going to be a bit slower. Just thinking, is there a punish? Slowking's not doing anything. It hasn't got its item. It's going to faint to the single target explosion. Raichu 1 isn't doing anything to Heatran. Raichu 2 might confuse it. There's nothing I can really do about that apart from faking out. And I don't want to fake out and then get slammed by Slowking. And Raichu 4 sucks. Raichu 3 could crit Heatran, that would suck. Yeah, Slowking 4's never... Slowking 4 isn't a problem at all. And Slowking 1 isn't ever going to use... might use Trick Room actually. No, it wouldn't, because Raichu's the fastest Pokemon on the field. I feel like the worst thing that can happen is that Raichu confuses or paralyzes Heatran, and then Slowking 3 lands a Focus Blast. That would suck. But Fake Out doesn't achieve anything into Slowking because I'm scared of Raichu anyway. And if I fake out Raichu, I leave Slowking open to attack. There is one point though, which is that perhaps fake out and Earth Power would KO Raichu. I don't love leaving Slowking alive though for Latios. Again, I'm not modest. I do miss that 2-hit KO sometimes. Protect Explosion play seems correct. That is Raichu free, but it didn't attack. And we will never know what the Slowking was. I guess there's also the wide lens Electivire, which doesn't actually have wide lens right here. I don't think I care too much about that. That one feels like it faints really easily to Latios. I think it has to be Electivire 4. Because Electivire 3 doesn't have its wise glasses on. It's definitely Leech Seed Psychic. If it attacks Latios with Signal Beam or Ice Punch, then I can protect Latios next turn. And Psychic should do quite a lot. Psychic should bring it quite low. Okay, that's Electivire 3. It shouldn't do more than half to Ludicolo. I'm pretty sure that's a poker fan. So it'll be Simon or Turner, and it'll be a 21 IV set 4 trainer. Armaldo is not running Life Orb though, it's Arcane, I need to remember that. Because it does matter for its ability to KO Heatran with Earthquake, I think. I'm still pretty scared of it though. That's very awkward. How am I going to deal with Armaldo while also dealing with Wheezing? The good news is that Latios easily beats Typhlosion 4. So I just need a scenario where one of them is dead. So I can just fake out the Armaldo. And if Wheezing crits Sludge Bomb into Ludicolo, that's not too bad. Because I still get to Flamethrower into Explode. And then it's a 1v1. Latios versus Typhlosion. Latios wins. Is there a chance that Typhlosion could get a Blaze Overheat crit into Latios? I guess there is. I might give it Blaze with Psychic. I don't want to Thunderbolt Psychic it. Maybe that's correct though. It's a 21 IV Typhlosion. It probably do want to do that. Okay, I'm not too worried then. Just a normal square. Nice. Kind of dangerously close to the Trick Room. I think I would win in Trick Room though. So yeah, this is Turner. I want to plan for if Wheezing beats Ludicolo on turn 1 with Sludge Bomb crit. And I think it is just to fake out the Armaldo. Like, how would they ever win? This Wheezing isn't running its Quick Claw. I just need to take out Armaldo. It's very simple. Latios will handle Wheezing. Yeah, I think I win even if this crits. So on this turn they both see a KO into Ludicolo. The problem is that Armaldo might also see an Earthquake KO into the Heatran. So I need to take out the Armaldo. And what's good about next turn is that I can just blow up. And Typhlosion is guaranteed to go after Ludicolo, so I'm guaranteed the explosion to happen. Doesn't matter. It's an idol. To start a spam idol. What's the worst Blastoise? I don't think I'm too worried about Fall. I don't think Blastoise 3 would see a KO without its Life Orb. I guess it is just Blastoise 1 which is a problem. Meganium, I suppose I don't want to underestimate the screen set. I don't want to underestimate 2 either. And then I have no idea what the Typhlosion is. This might just be another turn 1 explosion game. I mean, Meganium and Typhlosion aren't going to beat Latios. Just need to be a bit careful about Meganium being in a situation where it can beat Ludicolo. Nice. That looks a lot like a rancher to me. I'm extremely not afraid of this. Should have a lot of time. And I can just explode in the first turn. It's very simple after that. No items as well. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. Just don't fog. Nice. Is it Boris? It's Vern. That's the other rancher. So I can very easily create a 2v1 with Ludicolo Latios versus Manectric. I don't see how I would ever lose that. No reason to give Ambipom a single opportunity to crit. That full paralyzes. Okay, no. It's the end of the game. This Manectric's going to feint to single target Icy Wind and Psychic. In fact, it might just feint to Psychic, since it's a 21 IV Manectric. Oh, it's lost 20% of its health anyway. Yeah, that completely guaranteed. I keep going right. It's just going to take way too long if I only do 7 battles a day. The reason I don't want to continue is I don't think I'm playing very well. I don't think I'm playing very well on the roulette. If I was at like 160, 150, I wouldn't be doing another round. I'd probably end. I feel like Ludicolo's been doing a good job. I really need fake out support with this Heatran. I could run Blastoise. Blastoise is only really scared of the electrics, whereas Ludicolo's scared of physical flying types, basically. This is the scariest one. It's always the first roulette game which is the scariest. Is this Tobias? Because he's got a dark set. I feel like it's Tobias or Cecil, which means it's a 21 IV trainer. The opening duo is pretty damn scary. Yeah, I won't submit this. I think I'd have to get at least 150 to submit. God, this is a terrible matchup. Houndoom in the back against Latios. I suppose Latios, I might be able to get it in 2 shots of Thunderbolt. That would be sketchy though. Latios can't switch into Ludicolo because of Signal Beam. There's also a chance that Metagross just explodes immediately. I guess Latios just doesn't do anything this match. I guess I fake out Metagross and I Earth Power. And then I just have to kill Metagross because Heatran will always beat Houndoom. So I guess that's a fairly straightforward plan. I just have to kill Metagross after turn 1. It's not too bad. So no bad square. No fog. No self-paralyze. The best thing I can do is probably burn. This is moving quickly. The rain square was slightly better than that, but not a lot. Successful, yeah. Yeah, I think I've got to stop Metagross making a move. And then I can use that time to take out Magnezone. Magnezone doesn't have its Bright Powder. Oh, but does Metagross faint to Flamethrower here? I hadn't really thought about that. It's risky though. It would be risky to stay in with Heatran. If I want to risk the Flamethrower, shall I do it later? This Houndoom is quite likely to overheat or Sunny Day. It's also possible to just Solar Beams. Metagross, I'm not sure exactly what Metagross will do. I think it's got a chance of using Earthquake, obviously. So I like sending Latios out instead of Heatran. And I think the best thing Ludicolo can do is Leech Seed. Though maybe it's actually... this, because Houndoom doesn't have White Herb, maybe I should be Icy Winding it. Because then I'm faster than Houndoom. And Latios is going to Thunderbolt Metagross next turn. Another part of this I didn't think of yet is that I get more roulette points for winning with more Pokemon still alive. So I could play slightly riskier in order to get with more roulette points, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to focus on winning. I feel like it's Leech Seed. I really feel like it's Leech Seed. It could also be Protect. Houndoom could Dark Pulse Heatran, it's possible. But that would be fine as long as Leech Seed hits. Maybe I should have protected Heatran first. Okay, there's a Sunny Day. I think I win. Zen Headbutt. Crit would kill Ludi. So it's an Overheat will KO Ludicolo definitely. I'm not sure if the Zen Headbutt is in range. 109, probably not. I still feel like I just protect, it's quite obvious. And then Thunderbolt should win the game. With that, I feel like it's actually Metagross in Thunderbolt range here. It's at about 33, 34. I think I just need to stay on Protect because I'm still in Overheat range. I should have switched. I should have switched to Heatran. There's no way the Metagross survives that. I should have switched to Heatran. Wow, that wasn't necessary. So, Earth Power and Protect. And now it's going to be fainting. Well, I won 2-0, and I didn't take any damage on Heatran or Latios. Should get quite a few points for that. The champ not as scary as it normally is, but of course, Cross Drop will take out Heatran. Heracross, a very nasty opponent to pair with it, because Heracross's Mega Horn takes out Ludicolo. There's also Heracross 2, which will close combat Heatran. It is slow though. Heracross 2 is slow. Don't care about any of the others. It's 2 and 4. And I guess Medicham 1 is the most annoying. It would be a mistake to burn these two. I've got a feeling that I explode though. I explode, it's going to hit Heracross first. Latios isn't very scared of Medicham. Medicham 4 I am a bit more scared of actually. It's got Ice Plunge. A few complications this match actually. Best thing I can do is drop their HP. Actually, the best thing I can do is paralyze them. That is the best thing I can do is paralyze them. Nice. Let me see. No Heracross has won any bulk, but Heracross 1 and 4 are faster than Heatran. Heracross 1 is going to Mega Horn and Heracross 4 is going to Mega Horn Ludicolo, so they're both completely fine. Heracross isn't a problem. The bulkiest Machamp, it would be the set 2 for sure, won't it? feel like I definitely just protect and blow up. Medicham 4 could win the final matchup. It would be amazingly unlucky for that to happen. So we'll find out if it's Heracross 4 or 1. So it was Heracross 2 or 3 to be slower than Heatran. Every Heracross faints to Explosion. And I feel like every Machamp faints. Maybe Machamp 2 can live on like 1. Like literally 1. If I could double protect her, I would, to prevent fake out. But without double protect being available, I'd rather just double attack. I feel like it's got to be Leech again. I land Leech, I should win. The extra damage from Psychic does matter, even though everything 2 shots. The fact that I might be relying on Leech. I prefer using Psychic. For the guaranteed damage. Okay, it's Medicham 3, which I easily beat. I feel like this must be Alfred, which is set free. Don't like seeing Flygon. It is faster than Heatran. So that would be a turn 1. Protect Icy Wind. The switch into Latios isn't bad though, on Heatran's side. Like Muddy Water doesn't... the problem is though, Vaporeon can Blizzard Ludicolo. I wouldn't want Latios to get hit by Blizzard. But then Latios kind of sucks against Glaceon anyway. So maybe it is worth it. I think anyway, the Flygon has to kill Heatran, otherwise I just win, I think. Nice. I'm still slower than Flygon, but it's nice. And it is set free trainer. I feel like I definitely protect an Icy Wind this turn. With a level 53 Ludicolo, maybe I do get an Icy Wind 2-shot onto Flygon. That would be very nice. Flygon avoided it. It's very tempting to Leech Seed Vaporeon because I'm intending on Latios using Ice Beam against Flygon. But I think I've got a plan for the scenario where Latios switches in and gets frozen. And in that situation, I'd much rather use Icy Wind this turn. So I think I have to do that. I'm hoping for Yawn, I'm hoping for Muddy Water. Or I'm just hoping for Blizzard not to get any kind of good RNG. That's very good damage. So as long as it doesn't accuracy drop Latios, I should win. I feel like I'd take the time here to Leech Seed. I could be greedy, go for the Icy Wind. It doesn't seem worth it. Oh, that sucks. They're both going to want a Blizzard here. There's a speed tie. If it wasn't a speed tie, I could target one down and I'd know which one faints to explosion and everything. Do I protect Latios? I feel like I protect Latios and try and get a Leech Seed into Vaporeon for the second time. They're definitely both going to Blizzard. So I've missed a 5% and I've missed a 10% this game. At least I hit. Okay, that was pretty lucky. Since Glaceon would faint to Flamethrower, I feel like I just go for Vaporeon here and try and keep Ludicolo alive. Latios has done its job. Hail! Interesting. Well, I'm dead to that, obviously. The damage that does to Vaporeon, I'm not sure how much it matters. I'm obviously a bit worried about Snow Cloak. I feel like what I'm meant to do here is Earth Power Vaporeon. Let me think about the drawbacks of that move. Let's say I miss the KO. Vaporeon still faints to Leech Seed. Oh, I guess Glaceon could crit Psychic, and then I think even then Vaporeon would faint because Hail happens before Aqua Ring. The concern would be what Vaporeon does with its turn. Like, what if it crits Muddy Water? I've got to believe a bit more. I think surely I get the KO from that range. I definitely wouldn't get Glaceon with Explosion. I'm very worried about attacking it while Snowcloak is up. Just don't freeze. Do I wait out Hail? I feel like I wait out Hail on Ludicolo, right? Actually, that's not the right question. More important question, do I wait out Blizzard? The answer to that is yes. It's not about Hail, it's about Blizzard. Without Blizzard, Glaceon can't win. It's just 20% chance to fall each turn. The Icy Wind damage doesn't matter. I'll just go for another Protect. Oh, it's the so it got another miss. It's not, if you're hit by a fire move, you fall. If you want to fall yourself, you have to use Flare Blitz, Scald, Sacred Fire. I can't believe that this thing is frozen Heatran. So frustrating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this its last Blizzard? If I'm wrong about the count and I Protect, does that matter? Well, it might Hyper Beam, right? Okay, nice. That wasn't a guaranteed score. Unfreeze. Blizzard is such a scary move. That shouldn't have been close at all. I guess Snowcloak is the bigger piece of RNG there. If I knew that Glaceon could use Hail, I would have just attacked it with Latios. Pretty sure Pokéfan, Route 4, Doug 4 is next to Gastrodon 4. with a lantern sprinkled in. I think that's a very clear Heatran switch. Latios is actually already fastened Dug 4. So I just Leech Seed the Gastrodon. And I just make sure that I'm ready to use Protect when Heatran comes back in, so I can explode. All Latios has to do is Ice Beam the Dug trio, and I win, basically. Because if Gastrodon does crit Ludicolo with Sludge Bomb on turn 2, crit and poison probably, then I just come back in and Heatran is on the leech, and I can Earth Power Psychic Lantern, and that probably takes it out. Maybe it is a little bit scary. Probably saved by the fact that the opponent is 21 IVs though. The sun does help a lot. Don't know if that's Simon or Turner. I'm guessing Simon. Or Trio Gastrodon. I guess I can Protect before I switch. The Protect is free. Stone Edge doesn't do very much into Ludicolo anyway. Look at this damage. Dugtrio is so bad. Yeah, the miss kind of sucks. Hopefully I don't miss again. So there is a chance that Dugtrio uses Stone Edge on Ludicolo or Heatran instead of using Earthquake. But Stone Edge doesn't do very much to Latios anyway. So with Sun up, I'm guaranteed to not be frozen by Ice Beam. It's only the Ice Beam crit into Latios which would be a problem. I don't think I'd ever get Gastrodon with Icy Wind here. It's a bit under 20%. That's definitely not in range. Probably the best thing I could do is just Protect. Hopefully this is Sludge Bomb into... Okay, it's not. As long as it doesn't crit, it's not bad. Because they're both guaranteed to attack Latios. Let me see. 68. That's definitely low enough. This is a base 125 max invested HP heal moment. Take a huge chunk out of Lantern. It's guaranteed to Ice Beam. I think it possibly could Signal Beam. Both those moves do no damage to Heatran. Did you really not know that? I guess people don't play much doubles in game. Have you ever played Colosseum, Diana? Or XD? That's an ice trainer. Probably Mamoswine 2. I don't know. I don't really care about Mamoswine. I'm quite scared of the Dugong for obvious reasons. And Froslass is a nasty opponent for Latios to face in the back. I think it's a pretty clear turn one, which is the fake out into Dugong, and I flamethrower Mamoswine. I then also get to flamethrower Froslass, and Froslass isn't running Lax Incense on set 4, so I probably take out both of them, and then I just have a brief panic about it being Dugong free, and if it's not Dugong free, I win. I get to leech it at least. Yeah, the best thing I could do is poison. That might be really bad. I wanted the square before or after that. Admittedly, it's not too bad. I have a bad feeling that Mamoswine might survive Flamethrower because it's at 53. Do I have to fake out Mamoswine? I think there's a very good chance I have to fake out Mamoswine. If Dugong sheer colds Heatran, I am in a lot of trouble. I'm going to calc it. I care enough about the streak to calc it. So the answer is no. Mamoswine is definitely a roll at level 53. Yikes. Which makes me really want to use Fake Out and Flamethrower together into it. I mean, they're both scary. The fact is that actually Mamoswine is scarier than Dugong on average. Because there's only one Dugong set I'm actually afraid of. If any Mamoswine set survives, it's going to Earthquake, and Earthquake is going to take out Heatran. So, in that sense, it's actually very simple which one is more threatening on average. I think I've got to go for the Mamoswine. God, that level up square was a bad idea. I need to hope that it's not Dugong free and it doesn't use. It's actually it's not bad. It has to be Dugong free, and it has to not only use the Oko move and hit it. It also needs to target Heatran. Anything else and I probably win quite easily. I'm going to Fake Out Mamoswine and prevent Earthquake. And after the Fake Out damage I should be able to get Mamoswine. Good, good. Fuck. We're in trouble. There's a lot of reasons why this is bad. Frostlass 1 is going to be faster because it's level 53. Frostlass 4 won't see a kill at least with Blizzard, but it's going to use Blizzard. Frostlass 3 would be bad. Frostlass 2 I know is bad because that's happened before. At least I probably survive Frostlass 2. There is no good Frostlass. The best one is probably 4 actually. I need to Leech Seed the Dugong. Crap, I'm dead. I'm dead every time, right? How is Latios alive? Oh, it's just... Oh, it's Frost... It's Frost Last 3, but it hasn't got an expert belt. I don't want to see what is it? 4. Fuck. Okay, well, I would like to use Double Protect. I think it makes the most sense because it staves off a Oko turn from Dugong. Frostlass is never going to Destiny Bond here, it's guaranteed to attack. And I get Leech Healing on a Dugong. The problem with this situation is that I need Latios to attack Dugong because Dugong faints way too slowly from Leech Seed. Honestly, I feel like I just stay on Protect. Okay. Dugong gets a shot at the Oko. It's not over yet. I have to double protect again. If it uses rest, I'm not sure if that would be a good or a bad thing. Okay, I should win now. There's no way that Thunderbolt and Leech together don't do 50. Oh no! Forgotten about this. My god, did Icy Wind matter? Did he get that low? Do I protect with Latios here? Because what's funny about this is that the AI is going to use Sleep Talk on the turn it wakes up to. It doesn't understand it when it wakes up. So I feel like maybe I should just protect twice on Latios. Because on the third turn, I can Thunderbolt, and then Latios will move first, and I'll be able to Thunderbolt. I feel like Ludicolo just stays on Protect. So that's exactly 75%. I feel like I double protect. I don't think it's correct to attack because it's going to force it to rest again. I want it to sleep talk next turn when sleep talk won't do anything. On the other hand, if I Thunderbolt now, let me look up the decomp. Let me look up the decomp. I care enough. If I Thunderbolt, will it actually attack when it's at low health? Sleep talk. Score plus 10. Okay, so it's always going to sleep talk. Even if it's on like 0, it's going to sleep talk instead of rest. The highest score that rest can get is +3. I feel like I just attacked then. It doesn't matter if Ludicolo survives this turn or not. If Sheer Cold hits Ludicolo, I still win. Right. Yeah. And Icy Wind might matter. It doesn't do very much at all, but maybe Dugong isn't thick fat. Please just crit. Just crit it. I tell you, the animations being on does make it more exciting. Oh my god, this was... I did not predict how badly wrong +3 levels could go. I thought it would be okay. I'm not even sure if I played the Dugong correctly at the end. That's another ice trainer. Go away! It's Dugong's cousin, Walrein. At least Jinx 4 doesn't run choice specs, but it is faster than Detran. It's not as bad. It isn't as bad. Probably. I'm not sure if I fake out Walrein or Jinx. I probably am going to fake out Walrein though, because it's just so scary. If it's Jinx 4, it has a chance to crit Focus Blast. The best thing I can do is paralyze Actually, weirdly... No, I was going to say it wouldn't be too bad to do Trick Room, but I don't want to do Trick Room, actually. Because Jinx could be slow. Burn is nice, though. Wolverine 1 is the other Pokemon I was going to consider being scared of, but obviously Wolverine 1 is not scary at all after the burn. It might be correct to fake out Jinx because, let's say Wolverine does hit Fissure or Sheer Cold into Heatran. Do I win the resulting match? It can't be Wolverine 3 and Glalie 4 as well, actually. That's another point. Because there's Item Claws even in the arcade. So I would just try and KO whichever one is running the Oko moves. I feel like Ludicolo is pretty safe in the Glalie. I might be overestimating Ludicolo's ability to heal, though. I feel like I'm meant to try and force... If it is Jinx 4, it needs to hit its move and crit. If it's not Jinx 4, I'm just gonna win. Because Jinx 3 has no way of Okoing Heatran. It's a slow Jinx. It was Jinx 1 or 2. Which means it survives, actually, doesn't it? Honestly, that's okay. I can just protect Heatran and then explode next turn. It's not. I'm so glad it's not actually rain free. What am I scared of from Glalie? I'm not scared of anything, really. I'll just blow up. I think it's quite funny when you win without anything on the field. It looks weird. There's a grass trainer to finish off. What is the worst File Plume set? It's definitely not 2. I suppose I don't really want to face 3. Venusaur would be Venusaur 4 because of modest Sludge Bomb, and Shiftry would be Shiftry 4 because of Sucker Punch. I guess I don't want to face Sleep RNG either though, but maybe it's these two which are the worst. The fact is that none of these grass types can do anything to Heatran. So as long as Heatran doesn't get frozen, I think I win. Actually, it's a lie. The Venusaur can do something to it. This might be worse than freezing. I really don't want Venusaur 3 to get a curse up. At least Fog means that the sleep moves aren't very likely to hit. The basic win condition of just keeping Heatran alive doesn't change that much, I guess. Just means I can't explode. I've always thinking about this in Fog. I just don't think it's ever worth going for. I don't think it's ever worth going for Fake Out on turn 1. I'm pretty scared of Venusaur 3. In terms of setup, there's also Vileplume 2. What Vileplume? It's the one with Swords Dance. Vileplume 3. I don't take out either of those with Flamethrower. I guess I can try and get it with Flamethrower Icy Wind. That seems more productive to me than Fake Out. At least Icy Wind has a chance to hit both. I'm too scared to switch Ludicolo out though. I'm more likely to get Vileplume, it's less specially bulky. I'm probably not getting the KO on either of them. Okay, it's nice that it hit. So let's see, are you Vileplume 4? I'm guessing Vileplume 4. Very unlikely to have been Vileplume 3. I think I saw Sludge Bomb. Now before the match, I was scared of Shiftry 4. But now I'm in the match, I think I'm more scared of the Focus Blast Shiftry. Because it can actually deal with Heatran. It just doesn't do it very reliably. The only thing Ludicolo is ever doing until it's at low health is using Icy Wind. I think Shiftry's an unknown set, I'd still rather take it out. Okay. Well, it's not quite over because it's fog, but that was pretty lucky to not miss Flamethrowers. Don't know what the Shiftry was. Shiftry 2 could have been bad, actually. Even though Synthesis doesn't work under Trick Room. Here we go. I really doubt that Venusaur has enough PP to get through Heatran. It would have to dodge so many Flamethrowers. I should be able to take it out with Flamethrower and Icy Wind together. It's actually good that Icy Wind hits before Flamethrower does. It means it's not an overgrow. And it means it won't use Synthesis. Everyone's just missing every move now. Today felt so shaky. At least it's... That's definitely the end of the arcade for today. I can't believe I picked Fog. I was looking at that... I remember looking at that roulette and being like... I don't want to pick Rain. But I definitely could have picked Rain. Rain would have been so much better than Fog. I'm going to call it there. I'll play something else. I'm just going to stop the stream so that I can upload